Hi guys, it's Rami from Mindlace. I just wanted to do a very quick update on the journey of KOTS to date, and the thesis around why we're doing it. Just as a quick recap, Mindlace is a technology firm and we do three key things. One is technology strategy, the other is innovation, and the final one is enterprise delivery. Within innovation, one of the key things is testing out ideas or problems to solve. And I think it's pretty accepted that the best way to learn is by doing. And although we've been doing it for a long time, you're never complete and you're never done. The kind of wider thesis on Mindlace is to have a client services arm, but to also do our own in-house products and ventures. And again, typical flywheel in terms of at least skill set flywheel. The more we do it for ourselves, the more we can, with confidence, consult with clients on the innovation side of things, and let them know what does and doesn't work in our experience. One of our stated ambitions is to launch 15 products or ventures in the next 5 years. And so KOTS is number one of them. We have number two coming very shortly. And then it's just about picking things to do. So whenever you start a new project, there are three buckets of things you're trying to answer in the yes, right, in the affirmative, that it is validated and proven. One is it desirable? Do people care enough about what you're going to go set out to solve, the problem you're going to solve, or the solution you're building? Two, is it technically feasible? In fact, wider than just technical, is it just feasible, full stop? Oftentimes that's a technology piece, but it might be something else. And third, is it viable? Again, typically that's financially viable, most accurately thinking around it from a unit economic standpoint, but not exclusively just that, but that tends to be the best place to focus on. So for KOTS specifically, was there any technology feasibility question? No. Was there any viability questions? Yes. Was there a desirability question? Yes, 100%. That was the key concern. So KOTS does two jobs to be done. Really, what we're trying to solve, two jobs to be done very clearly. One is help people understand what to go and buy, which is the typical buying journey. And again, a lot of people try to solve that, but I do think there's some moral hazard on that when you're a retailer, because you're trying to maximize spend, not necessarily purely help with that job of what to buy. And then secondly, and I think most ignored, is help people decide what to wear, right? So in a simple term, 1% of your coexistence with your clothing is the buying journey, 1%, and then 99% is it's in my closet, when do I wear it? And that's what we're trying to solve, those two things. I think we've done a good first job. Again, whether it's desirable enough, we don't know, right? That's the beauty, but that doesn't mean you don't try really hard. It just means you're grown up about, I think we've solved something in an interesting way. It is slightly different. So let's see if there's enough of an audience to make this a real meaningful product line for us. The beauty is our burn rate is very low. And so we have given ourselves time to figure this thing out. On KOTS specifically, and again, a key tenet of Mindlace and how we approach innovation is trying to do it more effectively and more efficiently. So do the right things to test out what you need to learn, or to learn what you need to in order to progress things, and then do it efficiently. So do it quick and with low spend. So we've got our own launch framework. Again, there's links to that on our website. I'll probably post it in this video. But the key thing is, okay, how sure are you of any of those three things, and what can you do to learn in the affirmative or negative? So KOTS, it was a desirability question. And when we first started out, again, I really had anxiety that I didn't want to end up in a 1-2 year build again on something that turned out that people really didn't care about. And so the place we started was actually with Mixo. Mixo, again, no affiliation to these guys, but it was a nice way to just pump out a website, a landing page of the landing page test, just to see if anyone cared. And so it was originally called StarMate. Mixo did everything, did the logo, which is pretty random, and StarMate, which we've jettisoned as a brand name. But it stood the thing up. So you basically do a very plain text prompt, about 4 lines. Then it puts out a really half decent landing page. And then you can go through and edit it. So from applied AI, from content generation, that's really like the workflow, by the way, that works. And so I went through, changed a few images, changed the text to be more accurate. And this was an early iteration of the idea. But it was really cool, and it cost about, I think, probably 2 hours of my time. So that was a tick. And then I went over to Google Ads, and in Google Ads, used ChatGPT to generate a bunch of. So we did, I think, a Performance Max. No, it was a PPC. It was an AdWords campaign. And yeah, chose a bunch of keywords and used ChatGPT to help. And again, generated some images, probably took a total of 4 hours investment, 3 hours of which was struggling with Google Ads because the UX is a bit tricky. And then we launched it. And from that point on, we had a legitimate landing page test without putting any more effort than a day's work. From there, what we got is 11 subscribers with an implied customer acquisition cost of £12. And that was enough, right? So to answer the question of would anyone care, we got 11 people to sign up to the waitlist via email that we didn't know, completely cold leads, on a maybe 5 out of 10 landing page. So that was enough to say, let's progress it to the next stage, which is do a prototype. The prototype was cool in that you get to dog food, right? With BTC, oftentimes you get to dog food. And that really is, if you're building for yourself, you can move so much faster and with stronger opinions than you can when you're trying to build for an audience that you don't really understand and have to engage in the trickier side of user experience design and service design of getting to that persona's head. And so when it came to KOTS and building out our prototype, we banged one out. So the prototype we did in under a month from start to finish, from the first design. We used an off-the-shelf kit and then just changed it. And the original thesis was, again, it supported one collection, but it was fully monetized. So we monetized it in Stripe. We had MailChimp and Twilio for email and morning SMSs, but I was customer number 1. And so what we had is a very boring, smart casual collection. We had the metadata for each outfit done, so occasion and mood. And we had the daily outfit suggestions come straight into both your email inbox and your SMS inbox. And yeah, we had it built in 3.5 weeks. That was one full-time engineer on that and a designer on it 1 day a week for 3.5 weeks. So again, very inexpensive to launch the prototype. And then effectively I used it for a month just to feel it out. Do I like it? And was there something there from an aha moment from a user's point of view? And what I found was 2 things. One is I really don't spend money on clothes. Again, I was the first user, and although I like looking good, and I know when I do, I just didn't give it the time of day to go shopping. And I found it very overwhelming. I didn't know what look I was trying to piece together. And I just didn't invest the money all the time because I knew it would just sit in my closet anyway, because I can't be bothered to choose what to wear in the morning. So therefore, yeah, the guidance I gave Sophie, our first stylist, was just give me a fairly boring, smart, casual, inoffensive, but looks decent, presentable, and gives me enough outfits. So she did 160 so that I don't repeat every outfit 3 times a week, which I'm guilty of. And Sophie did everything that was asked. She did a brilliant job. And then I started using it every day. And what I found was I was wearing clothes I'd not worn in years. Or in fact, like they still had the tags on from years ago when I purchased them. Melissa, my wife, was saying, "Oh, you look nice many mornings," which I hadn't heard in a while because I looked the same. And there was, I wouldn't say a spring in my step, but you certainly know when you've put in a little bit of effort. And that was good. It was good. It was nice to know you look good. You feel more professional. It's one small foundational piece of putting your best foot forward, right? Your health, your exercise, and how you look, they're foundational. And of course, how you sleep and your headspace. But it is meaningful, right? It isn't to be dismissed. And yeah, I would say living with it for best part two and a half, actually 3 months over the autumn winter collection was a big success for me. Now, there's still some question marks. Oh, sorry. The other thing I didn't mention is I spent a lot more money, right? So once I had a plan, this was the surprising thing for me. I was happy spending quite a decent chunk of money once I had confidence that they were going to be utilized in the outfits. Because we had so many outfits and every item in that collection was part of it, I knew I would wear the outfits. So I didn't have that last minute resistance to purchasing stuff because I knew I was going to get value out of it. So that was interesting. So there's this counterintuitive element, which I think is having collections with very specific buying does not constrain how much people buy. Well, in fact, hypothetically it would, because you can't then buy anything if you subscribe to a collection. But I think on balance, it will actually increase retail spending pretty substantially across the cohort of people that use it. That's my thesis. Yet to be proven. So after that stage, then we go, okay, in the affirmative, yeah, this is cool. Let's go build the full MVP. So in terms of timeline, it was, I think, September I gave the go ahead to 12 months ago to do the landing page test. The landing page test probably ran for 4 to 6 weeks because we were doing a very small drip. And then we weren't in a rush. Then we built the prototype in a month. Then I used it for 3 months. So we're talking February when I gave the green light to go and build the MVP to the team. Kept it very small, one full stack engineer balancing with client services work. So about a day or two a week. And then one designer, a little bit more of her time, say 40 to 60% of Sarah's time. And then maybe 10, 20% of my time. So very tiny team, very quick decision making. And we arrived at what I think was a really fabulous MVP. And we were using it the whole time. And we'll do another piece on this, which is around MVPs, but they're very dangerous. Once you commit to a high degree of craft, you need time. But what we've ended up with, I think, is a really wonderful product, which I'll do another demo for in a different video. But of course, you can come and have a play for yourself. But we have the main KOTS website, and from there you can come down, go have a look at preview app. In the preview, just a very quick look. So you've got the browsing of the collections that are made. Obviously, mine defaults to blokes. And then when you go in, you can have a look. There's one I really like, the Cozy Winter Retreat. I really want to buy this one. Emily's put together. So you've got all the items that Emily's done, sorted by category. So we've got outerwear, tops, bottoms, blah, blah, blah. Footwear, and then if you come into it, you can see the main image, and then you can go to store. There's your Barber link. And then when you're happy, or if you want to, you can join the collection. So there's 42 items, 50 unique outfits. We have a minimum buyer of 50 outfits. That's enough, I think, to be really useful, because that's far more than most people keep in their head. And then when you join it, you get a purchasing list. So I've got the Glen Powell Hitman collection. You might recognize this top quite closely to one of the ones in there. This is one of the outfits from it. But this is the items that I still have to buy, actually. Cubits I probably won't get. I'll get the Ray-Ban Metas, but these four I need to go get. But in my wardrobe, this is everything that I already own and are ready to wear. That's a bug. I don't know why that's gone. And there we have it. So now I get a daily SMS and it has outfit suggestions, which is really cool. And if you don't like the outfit suggestion you get, you can go change the metadata and respin. So yeah, I really do enjoy the product. Now there's some big question marks, right? So we're doing a lot of heavy lifting, but you still have to go buy all the clothes, right? And that takes time and that takes effort. Will that be too high a bar, too much friction? We'll find out. But it is at least a very clear buying list for people to go do. So we've got there's effectively a few different, and the website doesn't actually have it all yet. So there's going to be two kind of main buckets on the where we monetize. One is the app only. That's going to be £200 a year, and that gives you access to all of the StyleMate collections that are in here. All of the StyleMate collections that our stylists produce. Then we have the bespoke services, which is signature. Sorry, we have the personalized services, which are signature, bespoke, and ultra luxury. Very different price points, but that is where you work with one of our stylists to build a collection that you want personally. And then there'll be others coming, because one of the important things is StyleMate is a platform. It's not just an app. It's a creators platform for stylists, for brands and influencers. I'll do another piece on that later, but we haven't done the page for it. But again, that's thinking more along the lines of a platform fee, of taking a share of revenue that others can generate from the KOTS platform. So very exciting. It's a true startup in the sense we don't know which of the revenue streams is going to be the one that works. Maybe all of them will work somehow, maybe none of them do, and we can the thing. But this is our first bet of 15. It's good to come out there. We're just getting started on KOTS, right? We've said a few times in our posts, it's a grind getting to the starting line, but that's where you are now, right? When you ship a full version 1, you made it to the starting line. Congratulations. Now the grind begins, right? So we're in the public domain. Try it out, beat it up. All is on feedback. If you think it's crap, let me know. Let me know at least why, so we can try and improve it. It won't be for everyone. The beauty is we're not getting into logistics. I think there's a global audience here, at least in the Western world. And yeah, we'll find out. It's fun.